So it's October, which means here in New York, it's finally sweater weather. This is my favorite. I love fall. I love sweater weather. It's my personally my favorite season. But maybe you've heard by now, seen by now, or just know that 2022 planners have been released, are being released right now. And it may be hard to believe that it's time to start thinking about 2022. It's funny, my friends give me sometimes a really hard time because I think so much in advance, but I am a planner and why I'm among all of my planner people here. So whether you are someone who waits until the absolute new year to start thinking about your plans, or you're someone who's starting to think about the 2022 year and what your 2022 planner lineup is going to be, y'all, as your planner BFF, I promise you that I am here for you. Hey y'all, it is me, Lauren, here with Plan with Laur. I am your go-to gal and your best friend when it comes to all things planning, productivity, and how to use the resources that you have to plan today for a better tomorrow. Okay, so here in today's video, we are going to be talking about the top 3 things to consider when you are going ahead and deciding your planner, but specifically going ahead and picking out that planner for 2022. Let's start a discussion in the comments down below. Let me know one planner that you love and then one planner that you'd be interested in trying out. I'm so excited to read your answers, and also you never know, maybe it helps someone discover a new brand or a new planner they've never heard about before. I literally cannot tell you how many times I've gone ahead, bought a planner, set it up, had all of the best intentions to use it, used it for a month, and then stopped. Does it sound familiar at all? At the beginning of this, because this happened for years, I used to just think it was me. Maybe I'm not a planner person. And then I said, well, maybe because you can't focus, you can't actually use a planner. Those planners didn't work for me. Not because I'm not a planner or not because I can't use a planner, but because it didn't have the key features that I personally needed in a planner to be successful in it. I have a blog post on my website talking all about the 5 C's when it comes to the planner comparison. I think that there are 5 key differentiators that you can take into consideration. We'll be talking about some of them here in this video, but I have a whole blog post if you want to dive into that. The first thing, and honestly something that I think is so important, but it's not talked about enough in the planner community, is cost. Everyone has a different budget when it comes to how comfortable they feel spending on a planner. And so I think before you even start thinking about brands, layouts, different types, coils, all of this stuff, sit down and write out how much you would feel comfortable spending. How valuable is a planner to you? Is your planner a single source of truth for your plans? Or is it just something that you're throwing to-do list in on a day-to-day? I place different values on those things, and I bet you do too. And I can also say that you can get really great planners for $20 at a Walmart, at Target, and you can also spend upwards of hundreds of dollars truly customizing and personalizing a planner for you and for everything that you need. So that is our first C. It is cost. Think about it, write down what's going to be realistic for you. And then once you have that number, keep that top of mind as you start searching for planners and planner brands. If you have a specific question about cost and you want to know like if there's a planner in your price range, message me, I'm happy to go into it. Now, the second key difference between planners is functionality. And it all comes down completely to what you personally need. Planner companies, some of them are giving you a scheduling tool, or some of them give you a guided journey. And here is exactly what I mean. Now, a planner can be organized in months and weeks and days. Some of them have a combination of all 3 that are organized and repeated in a yearly format. Now that is exactly what I have in my Erin Condren hourly life planner. It's pretty much a blank slate. It just has written out the days, the months, the weeks, and I can customize it to exactly how I want it to be. And for me, that's the best because I really want to use my planner more as kind of a scheduling tool. But in the past, like in 2019, I've needed a planner that was going to be specific to a certain aspect of life. For me, that was specific to goal setting, but maybe for you, it's specific on mental health or emotional health or a fitness journey. And so some planners are catered and created where they have prompts implemented into the actual planner. They have a space for you to write out your daily gratitude or your daily fitness. They may even have a space where they provide you different areas to focus on of your life. So think about your 2022 and think about what you need in a planner to help you be most successful in the upcoming year. I have a wedding in 2022, so scheduling, to-dos, following up with people is top of mind. But like I said, maybe for you, 2022 is going to be a big year of growth. You want something that's really going to keep, gratitude top of mind for you. And so you want that integrated into every single aspect of your planner. Now, if the first two things are cost and functionality, then the next important thing to consider is the planner layout. Now, y'all, I have videos on videos and even an entire playlist breaking down each planner layout, why it works, and different ways to use it. So if you are completely 100% new to planners, go ahead and check that out. I will link the playlist here. And also it will show you the difference between a vertical, hourly, daily planner, different ways to use it. But quickly, when you're searching for planners, there are kind of three main layouts. There are monthly layouts, there are weekly layouts, and there are daily layouts. Weekly layout is the most traditional, it's the most popular, it's what you'll find in your day-to-day. A monthly is just a planner that has no weeks, just month. And then the daily is really designed for someone who has a lot of to-dos in a single day, and it's usually combined either with a weekly or with a monthly, but I won't get into all of that here. And because the weekly are most popular, the weeklies then have their own layout. So I feel like it's like a subcategory, right? And so in the subcategory of a weekly layout, there are hourly, vertical, horizontal, so many. And that's just scraping the tip of the iceberg. And all three, I believe, have pros and cons. And I bring all of this up, and maybe it seems super confusing. And I get it, I have been new to all of this, and I'm like, what? There's more than just the planner that I walk into the drugstore and can pick up. There are different types. Yes, I know it can all be confusing. But the reason I bring it up, the reason that I think it is so important, is because a planner at the end of the day needs to be adaptable for the life that you are currently living in. If you really wanted to know what planner layout is best for you, I actually do have a bundle over on my website that you can go ahead, check out. It gives you so many resources, questions like some of the ones that I just gave you, but goes way more in depth, and test pages so that at the end of it, you can help make a more informed decision when you are going on your planner buying journey. But an exercise that is free and that I think is important is when you're trying to decide what planner layout is best for you, is to just take a piece of notebook paper. All you need is something like this. A notebook doesn't even have to be a notebook. It can just be like a piece of printer paper that is completely blank. And just for a couple of days, go ahead and write out your schedule and a couple of to-dos. And then after the end of the day or end of a couple days, look at your piece of paper and see how it is naturally laid out. And what I mean by that is it very time-based? Did you write at 2:15 p.m., I'm gonna go ahead and take my dog out for a walk? Or is it more priority-based, like here are 5 things that I wanna go ahead and complete before I finish the workday? Is it a long list of to-dos that you put in at the beginning of the day? Or is it more of kind of to-dos that ended up on your piece of paper sporadically throughout the day? And I think by doing that activity, you'll naturally see what type of planning style feels natural and feels comfortable to you, which then can help you make a decision. If you wrote out things very time-based, I would probably recommend an hourly planner, whereas you kind of maybe just wrote a whole bunch of to-dos, then I'd maybe recommend a horizontal planner. Again, I highly recommend checking out the videos here on my YouTube as well as the bundle on my website if you're ready to make a decision about your 2022 layout. Now, for those of you who found a layout that you love, let everyone know in the comments which layout you love and why. So in closing and to summarize, the 3 things that I look at when I make a decision for my planner for 2022 is cost, functionality, and layout. If the price isn't right, then you'll never be happy with your planner because you'll either felt like you spent too much on something that isn't working. And if the planner is designed in a way that's too hands-off or too hands-on, that may not be you either. And if the layout doesn't afford you the flexibility that you need, it won't respond well to the changes that I'm sure that we will end up experiencing in the next year. Just remember that I am your planner BFF, so any comments, questions that you have, feel free to go ahead and reach out. Good luck choosing a planner for the new year is so exciting, and I cannot wait to see all the planners that y'all decide on choosing. I also wanted to give a quick caveat that I understand that some people use multiple planners. So if you are a multiple planner user, I still ask myself this question every single time I'm choosing a planner. I personally am a multi-planner user. I will just say one additional thing that I would add if you are a multiple planner user is, what is your intention for every single one of the planners that you're using? You wanna make sure that you are setting out at the beginning, knowing how each of the planners are going to work with each other and not work against each other. If you found this video helpful, I hope you give it a thumbs up and decide to stick around by hitting that red subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday and Thursday. And as always, y'all, my name is Lauren here with Plan with Laur. and I'll see y'all next time.